We're going to finish on BBC iPlayer with another new drama series called Mixtape. And here's a clip.
Has anyone ever made you a mixtape? A collection of songs that remind someone of you?
Something to play, yeah? The only thing I care about is you. Look here. Jump
Should be out having fun, seeing girls.
I'm not coming back. Can't you tell me now, even after all these years?
It's like you said, worth married. You never forget the boy who makes you your first mixtape.
Do you know what? I really wanted this to be exactly what it was because I am one of those people that used to mix tapes and put songs onto tapes, whether it was for, cassette tapes. For a lot of people won't even know what they are, will they? Because even the CD is just so ancient now. It probably shows up my age. But you have these cassette tapes and you'd make them. And I can remember my dad reeling me, there's that sort of strip, isn't there, that goes round and anyway, it makes me feel very, very old. But yeah, this is absolutely what I wanted and more, because this is it centres around the idea of mixing tapes, and that your first love, the first person that you mix a tape for, is a person perhaps that you should end up with, or that you have a ultimate connection with. And it is, this is just a very, really very fluffy, romantic, lots of brilliant music, I will say, because of course this goes back in time. So you can see at the very beginning a couple in their early years who made tapes for each other, and then as fate would have it, they bring them back together, or their paths cross in the future. So you get sort of the early days with two different actors, and then the latterly with older actors. And the two timelines, quite often I find timelines a bit like, oh God, I've got to really concentrate here. That's not the case here. I don't know if you've read the novel, which was out in 2020, same name, it's by Jane Sanderson. And this is based on that, so inspired by that, I should say. And it's a 4-parter, and it's, the soundtrack alone is worth tuning in for. You've got The Cure, Stone Roses. It just absolutely gets you going. I love music, so it really works for me. But also underlying that is this kind of, fairly ridiculous love story. And can they end up together? But I think it will be a big hit with people. I think people will really, really like it. And I certainly did. It's light entertainment, I would say, Ian. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was delightful, charming, especially the 1980s set storyline. So yes, you have Alison and Daniel meet at school in Sheffield. They bond over their love of music, but they're not destined to stay together, because we then meet them as adults, and they're played as adults by Teresa Palmer and Jim Sturgess. Daniel finds Alison, who's now a successful writer, and he's a journalist. He sees something about her latest book. He looks her up on Facebook. He sends a friend request. And part of me was thinking, this is a really bad idea, because it's going to drop a bomb into both of their lives. And also she now lives in Australia. And they've both hooked up with partners who clearly are not the perfect fit for them. And it's this idea, this kind of yearning of what if. And we find out that Alison actually has as a child, has quite a complex home life, and there's some tragedy that will play out. So, yeah, I think it's really well done. Really good. And I don't think people are necessarily going to be thinking, yes, you have to get back together. They might be thinking, this is a bad idea. But anyway, fantastic soundtrack. And yeah, the young actors who play them as teens, I just think they were so naturalistic and convincing. I was really impressed. And that's what really gives this story heart. So yeah, recommended.